I am wondering if you can talk any more about the quantum healing that is coming our way that you have referenced in the Violet Flame series, and specifically wondering about like the Tachyon technology, which I just learned about yesterday.
Well, there are two types of timelines of healing that are rapidly approaching. And one, which we are speaking of quantum healing, that is coming online, that many of you will be directed toward as the traditional medical technologies and ways of being will become more and more obsolete in a sense, and simultaneously much more prevalent. So there are two things that are happening. You have a current system that is outdated, that has forgotten to connect with the essence of the whole person, and is very mechanistic and does not have much in its toolbox other than synthetic prescriptions. And this specific way of healing, like many systems, is going to recede into the distant past. And quantum healing that is connected to observing and attuning to the entire body, to the auric field, to the emotional field, to a way to perceive and sense something even before it descends into the physical form where it is starting to originate within the emotional body, will be able to be detected. A healing will occur through sound, through color, the specific energy that you are speaking of modalities of energies coming in from other systems to be of assistance in healing and bringing coherence within the energetic body, will become more and more powerful and more prevalent as it comes more online, in which it will. Simultaneously, there will be technology that will be developing at a very rapid pace, that is artificial intelligence that will be able to diagnose someone at a more rapid pace, and will also have solutions that many of them will require an interfacing with the technology for the solution. And at first, this might appear to be benevolent and wonderful because it will help people with all different kinds of things. However, we are cautioning you about this particular timeline, because this interfacing with these technologies in the physical body is a slow, gradual movement toward a connection in which a loss of the a capacity for miraculous and biological healing that simultaneously will be growing as rapidly and as quickly on an energetic level, although not necessarily perceived in the same way at first from the artificial, because it will be mirroring one another, will eventually surpass the artificial. And so the encouragement is to remain in one's sovereignty in connection to this quantum healing that we are speaking of, this miraculous healing and this energetic healing, while if needed to cross reference or use the tool of diagnosis, perhaps from the artificial intelligence, if that is helpful, but to be very careful in the interfacing between the technology that is synthetic and the human biology. And so there will be many rapid changes coming within the next 6 to 24 months, and many decisions to be made around many different things as these timelines are coming in rapidly and converging. And my mission as Archangel Raphael is my attunement to Kelly as I have arrived to work with her vibration, and of course, vibrations of beings all over the planet, but through this vessel is to attune to a timeline and a vision that is moving you collectively in your evolution in a natural way, maintaining a sense of your own consciousness toward an evolution of a unity frequency that supports you in maintaining a very high vibration and stepping over and through a threshold through a passageway into a high timeline that then moves into a frequency in which you begin to see the beauty, the synchronicity, the magic, the love, the abundance, the unification of your surroundings, of your experience, of your world. And so that is the energy in which we are moving toward. And there will be many distractions that will come in, and some will be very powerful and enticing, and they will appear at first to be so innovative and wonderful. But we want to caution in the medical world to utilize certain tools as tools, but not to see them as gods, or to have the capacity for immortality, or to take consciousness out of body, or to store consciousness, or to interface through the eyes or in the brain, or even in the heart, because this is one timeline that then many will spiral through, which ultimately all leads to the final convergence of source itself. And so that is not a wrong way, but it is one that is a bit distracting, and it can tumble into a losing of a sense of self, in which the pathway toward and the return to source is more meandering, should we say, than a straight path forward.